Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Oh,
Today, we're plunging into quite a story. Ancient pyramids, mysterious cults, some really bizarre creatures.
mm,
It's all thanks to some fantastic source material we got from Dice of Duty, Pyramid Peril, and the Lycanthropic Cure.
right.
Our mission, as always, is to kind of pull out the chaos, the smart thinking, and, the big decisions from this pretty wild adventure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you've shared a really compelling narrative here. It blends really high stakes with some genuinely ingenious problem solving.
Yeah.
We'll be exploring how this group of adventurers navigates challenges that, well, they go way beyond just hitting things hard.
Exactly. Get ready, because we're about to find out what happens when your main fighter starts turning into, well, a furry menace. And the only cure might be in a place nobody really wants to go.
Let's dive in.
Okay, so let's untack this. We start deep inside this huge, mysterious pyramid structure. These adventurers, they have a massive mission. Wipe out the cult of Zargon for the Ascended Sands.
Who are practically extinct at this point.
Right, practically gone. And they're supposed to help rebuild their civilization and, ultimately find a way off this cursed island.
Call order.
Definitely. And they just finished clearing the 6th tier, had a run-in with some spectators, those creepy floating eyeball things.
Oh, yeah, the ones with the 4 eye stalks and the big central eye.
This is bird
Nasty.
nasty. But what's fascinating here is how things immediately shift because of a personal crisis.
Focus changes completely, doesn't it?
Totally. Their hero, Marcus, he had a, let's say, less than pleasant encounter with a rat.
Right. And now he's suffering from poison, a nasty one.
With the added bonus feature of starting to turn, well, furry. A lycanthropic transformation is beginning.
Which forces this urgent medical detour. Suddenly, the big mission is on hold.
So what do? Your tank, your main fighter, is turning into this furry apocalypse waiting to happen.
Well, they decide to head back up the pyramid.
Yeah. Our intrepid party climbs back up 3 whole floors to see the Magi. They figured these Magi were their only hope for a cure.
Makes sense. But the Magi's response was less than ideal.
Understatement.
Yeah.
They basically said, we do not have such a cure for such. Just flat out.
Not helpful. They did offer a suggestion, though.
True. Your best bet will be to try to travel to the Undercity.
And they threw in a rather dire warning, too.
Oh, yeah. Your best bet is to not to try and get too badly injured to the point where you're unconscious.
Because then the poison might spread quicker, and they might take you over.
Which pretty much means don't get knocked out, or you're stuck as a were-rat forever.
Imagine the feeling. Total whiplash. Then they had to trek all the way back down those 3 floors to Tier 6 again. 15 minutes just wasted, really.
And Marcus is still transforming. The clock is ticking.
Exactly. Every delay is a gamble.
So before heading to this potentially horrible Undercity, they decided to poke around a bit more. Maybe curiosity, maybe desperation.
Could be either. They find this hallway.
Yeah, about 10 feet wide, maybe 30 feet long. Checked it out, no traps.
Okay.
At the end, another door also seemed safe. Untrapped.
And behind door number 2.
A pretty big room, 40 by 40 feet. And in the northwest corner, a massive pile of spider webs.
Uh-oh. Webs are rarely a good sign.
Never. So Orin, the dwarf, he's always the cautious one.
Or maybe just the smart one.
Maybe both. He sends his echo in first. Good move.
Very smart. And what does the echo find?
This leads us to the charming Etcaps.
Ah, the humanoid spider creatures. Not friendly.
Not at all. Mangalore, he rolls a great nature check, identifies them, says they're vicious, cunning, and aggressive.
So not just dumb monsters, they're smart predators.
Yeah.
This immediately tells the party they're facing a specific kind of challenge. Requires a plan.
Right, and the fight gets messy fast. It's a real web-slinger situation.
Okay.
Noah, the monk, he starts strong, goes in, but bam, an Etcap bites them. Piercing damage, poison damage.
Ouch.
And he's restrained by webs. Stuck.
Not a good start for the monk. What about the others?
Well, David the wizard tries a firebolt. Misses everything. Just kind of sparks against the wall.
Oops.
Then Orin swings his mace. Also misses. It was looking like a bit of a poke and pray session for a moment there.
Frustrating. When your first hits don't land.
Yeah, you start to sweat a little. But then things turned around.
How so?
Noah makes his strength save, brace free from the webs. That's huge.
Okay, monk's back in the fight.
Then David, maybe feeling bad about the missed firebolt, unleashes his inner pyromaniac. Fireball.
Ah, the classic solution.
Totally worked. Absolutely disintegrates one Etcap. Just poof.
Nice. One down.
Then Orin uses this spell, Pull the Dead, on the second one. The description is vivid. Says blood to just out his ears.
Yikes. Gruesome, but effective.
Very. Finally, Mangalore lines up a shot, arrow flies, finishes off the last et cap.
So teamwork and persistence paid off. And diverse abilities, right? Strength saves, fire magic, that weird ear-bleeding spell, archery.
What did they learn? Always bring fire.
And maybe a dwarf who can make things bleed from their ears.
Definitely. Okay, so fight's over. Looting time.
Naturally.
And here they make a really interesting decision. They decide to try and harvest the et cap poison.
Wait, seriously? While their friend is actively suffering from poison?
I know, right? The first try, they mess it up, sever the poison sacs, ruined.
Okay, maybe I'll stop there.
Nope. Second attempt works. They get a vial of potent et cap poison.
Huh.
They even figure out they can harvest its spine, the webbing stuff, to make sticky traps or something later.
That's strategically fascinating. Or maybe just really risky. Why cause more problems with poison when you're looking for a cure?
It's a good question. Maybe thinking long-term. Future utility versus immediate need. It says something about them, I think.
It definitely does. Was it smart foresight or maybe desperation making them grab anything potentially useful?
Yep.
Or just adventurers being adventurers?
Could be any of those. So leaving the sticky spider situation behind them.
And their new vial of questionable goo?
Exactly. They press on, deeper into the pyramid, down a very long hallway, the source says.
Okay, more walking.
Leads them to a room. Looks like maybe old barracks. It has beds in it.
Beds could mean rest or trouble.
This time, trouble. Mangalore, leading the way again, steps right into a trap.
Oh no. What happens?
Wham! Something slams into his chest. A pseudopod takes out like half his health in one hit.
Oof. Pseudopod.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yep.
like...
The elf in the party identifies it, a black pudding.
Oh boy. Black puddings are bad news. Sentient, corrosive ooze.
And the crucial part here is its list of immunities. What can't hurt it?
Oh, acid, obviously.
Yeah.
Cold, lightning, and importantly, slashing damage.
Right, which makes a lot of their standard attacks pretty much useless. Swords, axes, nope.
And it's corrosive. Things melt.
Do they ever? The pudding literally dissolves Winnie's light leather armor right off her body.
Wow. Instant fashion disaster.
And a very clear demonstration of the threat. This thing doesn't just hit you, it eats your gear.
So how do they fight something like that? Immune to half their attacks and melting armor.
It was tough. This black pudding was an absolute tank. Orin tried his Troll of the Dead spell again, necrotic damage.
Did that work? Necrotic isn't on the immunity list.
It did some damage, yeah. David blasted it with magic missile force damage, always reliable. Made it shake violently, apparently.
Okay, chipping away at it.
Winnie even tried chill touch, cantrip, hold damage.
Which it's immune to, right?
Yeah. Seemed to just annoy it, maybe. The pudding just slammed Winnie again, her poor armor turning into Swiss cheese.
Ouch. So Marcus and Noah, what could they do with slashing immunity?
They had to switch tactics. Daggers, maybe? Anything
Yeah.
piercing or bludgeoning they had. Mangalore used clever dagger work, got a sneak attack in, managed to spray bits of ooze around.
Still sounds like a real slog.
It was, and then things got really bad. Mangalore went down.
Oh no, hit too hard.
Yep, dropped to 0 hit points, making death saves.
That's tense. How did that go?
Nail biter.
Uh-uh.
But he made 3 successful saves, stabilized, just unconscious at 0 HP.
Phew. Close call.
Yeah.
So they beat the pudding eventually.
They did. It took a lot, but they brought it down. Then they took a quick short rest.
Needed, I imagine.
Definitely. Some healing magic. Orin gave Mangalore some guidance, apparently. Got him back on his feet. Wobbly, but up.
Good teamwork. Resilience, recovery, critical stuff.
And here's the kicker. Remember Winnie's dissolved armor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hard to forget. She needs new clothes.
Well, David, the wizard, turns out he can fix it. Used some express plate and plate from their bag of holding.
Wait, the wizard is also an armorer. Is spare parts in the bed?
Apparently. And the source even notes the cost $1.95. What a deal.
Uh-huh. That's amazing. Resourceful wizard indeed. Good skill to have.
Seriously. So, Blob defeated, armor miraculously repaired. What's next?
You gotta be looting, right? After all that trouble.
You know it. They searched the room, under rubble, old blankets, and found a decent haul.
Ooh, what'd they get?
Scattered coins. Let's see. 404 copper, 193 silver, and 96 gold pieces.
Not bad. Adds up.
Yeah, works out to about 19 gold, 38 silver, and 80 copper each. A nice little reward for, an afternoon of nearly dying to spiders and ooze.
A fair return for extreme peril and some very creative problem solving.
So let's pull back a bit. What does all this tell us? We've seen this group face, like a cascade of problems.
Right, a poisoned teammate, experts who couldn't help these cunning spider things.
And then an armor-eating ooze that's immune to half their attacks. All in a really short span of time.
And they navigated it all, not just by hitting harder, but through, well, ingenuity.
Teamwork. Using diverse skills, adapting their strategy constantly.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, this whole sequence really highlights how crucial resourcefulness is when you're facing, frankly, impossible odds.
Yeah.
When plan A fails, or your usual tools just don't work like swords against the pudding, that ability to adapt, to combine skills in unexpected ways, to think creatively, that becomes everything.
They didn't just fight. They analyzed, like with the etcaps. They pivoted, like switching weapons for the pudding. They leveraged every little resource, even harvesting poison.
Or fixing armor with spare parts from a magic bag.
Right. It was a real masterclass in finding unexpected solutions. But, do you think they could have avoided some of this?
How so?
Like if they had done more scouting, or maybe not gotten sidetracked by the spider room when Marcus's life was literally ticking away.
That's a really fair question. It gets into that constant tension in these high-stakes scenarios, doesn't it? The trade-offs.
Yeah.
Sometimes the right path isn't obvious. Information is limited. Every choice feels like a gamble. Exploring that side room could have yielded the cure or vital info, or it could be a deadly distraction.
True. You never know until you open the door.
Which brings us to a question for you, our listener. Thinking about your own challenges. When the obvious solution doesn't work, when you hit a wall, where do you look for those hidden immunities, the black puddings in your own problems?
And what surprising skills, maybe ones you haven't used in a while, or resources you hadn't considered, might you need to leverage to actually overcome them?
Something to think about. What's your unexpected armor repair skill?